Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Discriminating Gamer. Today we got another unboxing video. Today we're looking at Shackleton Base, A Journey to the Moon. Now, this is a game by Fabio Lopiano and Nestor Mangon, and it looks like artwork is going to be by David Sitbon. Now, this game is published by Pandasaurus games, as you can see right down here, and it is a 1 to 4 player game looking at 60 to 120 minutes, ages 14 and up, and this is looks like a worker placement game. Now, I've seen this game before, and I like a good worker placement game, and so I've always been really curious about this one because this one just looked absolutely fantastic. Now, let me give you just a little closer look. This is what the table is going to look like. You got this nice big board. You're going to be putting all your stuff down on the moon, getting ready for its colonization or whatever you're doing. You got your player boards and everything else. Oh, this game just looks absolutely fantastic. So let's get this thing opened up. Let's take a look inside and let's see what we have. All right. Now, I've really been enjoying some of Pandasaurus' games lately. And they've done some really good stuff. So I'm really curious to see what this one's going to look like once we get this opened up. And I'll tell you what, I am so excited to get this one played. So this one's been on my radar for a long time. Just haven't gotten it played yet. All right. So let's get this box opened up. And there you go. Oh, you know, we always look. I always flip that box up and we try to look for this box art. And I want to show you guys every time I see it. Absolutely fantastic. Now, this box is filled to the rim. So let's see if we can go through all this stuff and get it done in a relatively short manner. Okay, we're going to get a box of Ziploc bags. Check. We're going to get some wooden components. Lots of little wooden components. All right. Now, I don't know what any of these components are because I really haven't read the rules to this game, but it looks really good. Okay, and I'll tell you what, Pandasaurus, they are just phenomenal for their components. I've just really enjoyed and really liked everything that they've done. All right, now there's a lot more wooden components. We're going to go through those in a minute. So, looks like what we have here is we're going to have a player board. Now, I don't know if these boards are supposed to come apart or if they're supposed to be two pieces like this. I'm not really sure, but I don't want to pop them apart because of that. So yeah, very, very nice. Looks like this might be where some stuff goes. I'm going to look at the rule book and we're going to figure out actually how these go, but it looks like we do have 4 player boards. Okay. The stack of cards, let's put those off to the side for now. I'm going to put the rest of these counters off to the side for now too. Let's take a look at the rest of the components, and especially this rule book. Let's figure out what everything is before we start digging into it all, okay? Now, looks like on the back, we're going to have a little appendix. Appendix is going to talk about our agency leaders. Okay, we got some of those. Looks like we're going to have our icons down here on the bottom, which is always really nice, okay? And it looks like it's about 16 pages, so it's not a real long rule book. But we're going to have our general components here. We're going to have our player components here. And yeah, so as you can see right there, it does look like it's maybe that two-sided board. All right. Now, we'll see what we have here. Make sure that's all on screen for you. Looks like we've got a nice general setup, got the corporate setup, and then we got the player setup. 3 different types of setups. Okay, your how to play, setup up front, how to play. Like it. All right, and then we're going to go into, it looks like all of our actions, how everything's going to play out. I like how things are color-coded, steering you into different directions for things. And there you go. And there, okay, we got our maintenance, we got our in-game scoring. So 10 pages is all we got on the main game. Looks like we're going to start our solo rules over on page 11. All right. Now, I'm really curious how this thing is going to play out solo. But there's all our solo stuff. All right, and our corporate actions. And then you get to the back of the book. Really nice. All right, their books have always been laid out really nice, and I like it. Now, looks like we're going to have Artemis Tours. I have no idea what this is. We got a maintenance phase. Your different goals. Is this like a scenario or something like that? I don't know. We got Skywatch. Don't know really what that is either. Yeah, I'm really curious. I didn't even see what those are. Do they have those in here as to what those different things are? Maybe it's you just have these different corporations, and this is probably part of the corporation setup. Maybe that's what that is. Boy, if that's the case, man, I really like this because then you're always playing with different corporations. I don't know if each person has their own corporation, but I don't know. Tell you what, more I'm looking at this game, the more I'm really liking this game. I will tell you that right now. All right, and to Mars. Okay, there you go. That's some good stuff right there. I'm really curious to see how that's going to play out. All right, now we're going to have our board, and oh man, oh, look at all these boxes. Okay, let's put all this stuff in here because I want to show you this board. All right, let's get this thing opened up. And one of the cool things about this board, from what I'm seeing right now, is we're going to have more of that box artwork right there on the back of the board. I love it when they do this. That is some gorgeous artwork right there. I really, really like that. You know, you got some asteroids coming up, little moon base. Oh yeah, that is phenomenal. Great, great stuff. All right, that didn't flip the way I wanted it to, but there you go. All right, now I think I'm gonna be able to get most of this in here. Let's start with the top half. All right, looks like we're gonna have a score track all the way up here. Probably gonna be maybe putting a deck of cards or a worker pool right here, something along those lines. But this is what really interests me, is how they have all these different hexes on this board for getting your different resources. All right, and I know you're putting little pieces in here. This game just really fascinated me with all this. And it looks like I'm just can't get the bottom half of this map in. I have to angle it up a little bit. My post is in the way. All right, looks like we got some different tracks we're dealing with down here and here as well. But that looks really good. Absolutely nice. Okay. Great artwork on that board. Now, let's get back to the fun stuff. So, where's my knife at? Let's take a look at these cards real fast. Okay. And let's see what we have here. And there's going to be a few different decks of cards. And like I said, I don't know anything about what all these cards are. So, I have a bad habit. Maybe, I don't know if it's a habit or not, bad or not. But until I really get a game, I don't look into them too much. Okay, just kind of get an idea of what kind of different decks we have. Because as you can see right there, we have several different types of decks. So now these look like they're the different corporations. Okay, and then we have, yeah, so to Mars. So each one of these decks is going to be for their different corporation. Now, is there a way to tell? Yeah. Okay, so, all right, let's put those off the side and let's go with these. We're going to look at these ones right now. And these, it's possible these ones may be for the solo game. I don't know, because, I don't know. But there's a look at the couple different cards. All right, and as I'm going through the cards, as always, pause. Okay, if you want to look at something just a little bit closer. Now, these cards, these are going to be, looks like your corporations. All right, and they're going to be two-sided. I don't know if the side's going to be the same. No, they're going to be a little bit different on each side. So maybe difficulty level, I don't know. All right, so we'll do that. I'll show you each one of them, and then we'll flip it over. So that way you can see what the different sides are. Skywatch, get him in there. But yeah, I'm not really sure how this plays out. Now, I have heard a lot of good buzz about this game, so I'm excited, definitely excited to play it. And I haven't been playing too many worker placement games either. Cody's got me doing so many war games and stuff like that. The worker placement's just not something I've been doing a lot of. All right, now let's look at the corporation cards. Okay. Pause if you want to look at them just a little bit closer. I'll try to go through them to where you can at least see them. All right. Let's see. And there is a lot of different corporations, so we have a few of these decks to go through. All right, construction bots 2 and 3. Or maybe each one of you. Maybe that's it. You guys can let me know. You guys are probably already yelling at me over the camera right now. It's like, no, every player plays a corporation. I don't know. So that would be cool if each person plays a corporation. Because then you're the corporation trying to colonize Mars first, or Mars, the moon. The moon, what am I talking about? Mars, man. Wrong game. Okay. Colonizing the moon. But, yeah. I don't know. See, my brain, you guys know my brain, it just kind of goes all over the place as far as what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. I make up things with these games. Okay. But I'll tell you what, man, this game looks absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. This is great artwork. I mean, honestly, look at that. Just look at that artwork on there. Oops. Hey, that wasn't even in focus, was it? Artwork doesn't look as good when it's blurry. Trust me, from my point of view, this stuff looks good. This stuff looks really good. I enjoy it. Okay. LED lighting, yeah. All right, these are going to be our planning people. And here's the Artemis Tours. I like to be the touring company. I'm going to send charter flights up to the moon. That's what I want to do. Oh man, the Earthwise view. How many people would not want to go to the moon just so that we can see what the Earth looks like standing on the moon? Really? I do. That would be amazing. I've always wanted to go into space ever since I was a little kid. So that would be absolutely amazing for me. All right, now let's take a look at some of these components. Now it looks like we're going to have blue, red, yellow. Looks like are almost player colors, or maybe they're just, I'm guessing they're different bots that can do different actions for you. But as you can see, I'm probably not going to open up every bag because this is just bags of different workers. And they're all going to look the same. I'll show you what they look like from the outside, but they're all basically going to be the same, but they do have a nice silk screening on them. So they look really good, as you can see right there. Okay, we try to get the glare out of there. But yeah, they got their little spacesuits on. All right, you got your little red guys there. Take a look at those, yep. Now, we're also going to have these little A guys. All right. Do we have any B guys? That would be interesting. All right, now these, because I know we saw those little pink ones, so this almost looks like the same as the pink. Okay. Oh, but I'm guessing I don't know. I'm guessing there might not be. But yeah, maybe these are just different, your player color pieces. Although we have that little guy in there. I don't remember seeing that in the little pink bag. So, not really sure. Let's get that little thing out of the way, but there you go. But those bags all looked about the same. But this is what I'm curious of. What are these? Okay, so these are going to be all the empty boxes. Looks like we're going to have. So we're going to have all of our guys are going to go in there. Okay, so we're going to put all of these. Looks like all the yellow, red, and the blue, and all the blue. I'm guessing we're just going to dump them all in this little box right here, which that's actually really cool that they gave us that. And it looks like it clips on the bottom. All right, we're just going to leave it open for now. We got our spaceships. Oh, there's that one little thing that I found. All right, and our little solar panels, plus our little ships. All right, and these boxes are all empty, so there's no reason to open them up. And then this is going to hold all of those components right there, plus looks like maybe these cards or boards or what those are. Now, every one of our corporations look like they're going to have their own. So it looks like they might have their own cards, maybe their own little tokens. Okay, yeah, mining the moon. Got the Evergreen Farms. Skywatch to Mars. Let's put all these off to the side. And then our Artemis Tours. And then we have these are going to be like our little research ones. All right, it looks like we're going to be able to put those tokens in there. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. The production quality of this game is amazing. Now, let's get all these guys out. Oh, look at the box art. Look at the artwork on the bottom. Love it. Absolutely love it. So, I'm going to set these. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's put this off to the side. These are going to be all of our boards. We're going to take a look at all of these. Okay. And so it looks like every corporation is going to have their own player board. Okay. All right. And then we're going to have all the little tokens and whatnot that are, I don't know if they're necessarily going to go with that player board. It'd be nice if they're all grouped together. It's going to make it a whole lot easier to punch these and group them all together. All right. So because of that, and I'm thinking that might be the case, let's just slide him right back into here. And what I'm going to do is when I'm done with them, showing you guys, I'm going to put them back in here. And all these empty ones, there's a chance they're going back into this box when I'm done, just to build that back up, because I don't want that empty space up on the top. All right, and there's your mining the moon. We've got your Skywatch down here. All right, and there's your backside of all those tokens. Making sure I try to keep all this in here. So you got your Selenium Research, you got your Artemis Tours right there. Okay. Oh, to Mars. And then those little tokens there we looked at. We got, I don't know what those are for. All right. But they may go on some of those little hexes that are on the main map. There's going to be just a bunch of our regular tokens. I bet you the backsides of all these are going to be randomized. Yep, there's some level 1, level 2, some 3s for your Artemis Research. Okay, bunch of different tokens. Another little player board right here. All right. Oh, there you go. I wonder if those for the tours. Got your little spaceships. Got to put on your little astronaut suit if you're going to go up. Oh, and there's those little boards. Yeah, so I was thinking they were cards, but they're not. They're actually little boards for here. Oh, yeah, oh man, this looks good. Oh, and here's all the pieces I've been kind of curious about. And, oh, and this is a really thick, this one's super thick. Okay, check this out. Just because I want to show you this. Oh, no, I think actually they're all this thick. Okay, so these are like super, super thick. All right, punch one of those out, but as you can see, if you look at those, I don't know if you can really tell how thick that is. That is like double the size and thickness of what standard game tokens are. That is the quality you're getting from this Pandasaurus game right here. Wow, absolutely phenomenal, super nice. Okay, all right, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything you're gonna get inside this box. Now, let's see, how's it all gonna go back in here? So we're gonna put all these pieces here because we know we have all of our corporations. We have these four, they're gonna go up here. All right, let's get this guy out because he's kind of in my way. And I'm gonna go through after I'm done. I'm gonna punch everything. We're gonna put them inside of these. Okay. All right, but as you can see, we're gonna have all this dead space. So I'm probably gonna keep all of those tiles back down there. And it looks like we've got those boards there because I want to make sure that everything's good. These cards, I'm probably gonna, if there's no box for them, I'm gonna put them in little bags or something. So trust me, they're not gonna go anywhere there. And actually, you know what I forgot to do? Let's go ahead and do this real fast before I put this in here and this in here. Let's get that board in there. Now, how thick is this deck of cards? All right, this deck of cards, I'm actually gonna cut down for now because there you go. Now we can see we're almost to the top. Okay, and I am just going to put these here for right now just to show you everything that goes in this box. These we don't have to deal with being on the top at all because, well, you know what? They're going to go inside their little boxes, correct? All right, we got some rule books. We got the Ziploc bags. That's what those cards are going to be going in. Those are going to go there. We're going to put our rule book here, and then we're going to put our lid on top, and everything's going to be nice and snug. Okay. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Shackleton Base, A Journey to the Moon by Pandasaurus Games. Oh, wow. This game looks fantastic. Absolutely love to look at this game. Love the artwork on this game. Super phenomenal. Hey, if you've played this game, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear all about it. If it's one that you've been wanting to play or whatnot as well. You know, I like hearing about all that. So yeah, please like and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching.
Can we get closer to the enemies and drive them to us, load a bunch of mines, and then get them to go through the mines?
Who are you asking? Me? Yeah, sure, let's do it.